Good morning, class. Today we have golf, so I'm not going to be here. I wanted to give you an idea of what we're going to be doing. If you take a look at the folder for today, it's folder number 5. The first thing I want you to do is answer the discussion board, define surface tension. If you need help with this, look at the introduction portion of the Drops on a Penny lab that we did last time. When you are done with the discussion board, go ahead and jump on the Quizlet for scientific method. It's going to be the same as our notes that we took the other day that show the different steps of the scientific method. You're going to need to be able to match those up on a quiz coming up next time. First thing that we're going to do after that is we'll do the identifying variables practice final 2. Okay, so this is practicing identifying variables. It's pretty self-explanatory. You're going to be underlining the independent variable and circling the dependent variable and then listing some controls or constants. Remember, the controls and constants are things that you're going to keep the same throughout the experiment. Okay, so let's look at the first one. How does the distance from an eye chart affect the number of letters that are recognized on a line? So distance from an eye chart, that's going to be the thing that you're going to change the distances. And then number of letters that are recognized is going to be the dependent variable. Let's think of a couple of things that we need to keep the same in the experiment to make it accurate. So we're going to say the distance to the chart is going to have to be the same. We're also going to want to have the position of the viewer, where they stand, so where you stand. And then also light in the room. For the hypothesis, it's going to be an if-then statement. So you're going to say, if I get further away from the chart, then I will see less numbers. If you think about that, that makes sense. So the further you get away from the chart, the less you're going to be able to see. Do your best to work your way down through this. There is a key on my desk. You can ask the substitute for some help if needed. Last thing for today, or the next thing for today, is looking at this graphing, putting it all together. On this worksheet, you're going to be reading through the scenario and then picking out the answers to the questions 1 through 5. Notice it's asking number 5 says to go ahead and graph this thing. When you graph this thing, you're going to use this as your y-axis and this is your x. Remember that this is your dependent variable, so the dependent variable goes here and your independent variable goes here. Okay, and then you're going to graph this and come up with an answer. When you're done with all of this stuff, there's a video in there called Introduction to Biology Crash Course, and that's how you'll finish up the day. If you don't have your Drops on a Penny lab done and turned in, that is due ASAP. Thank you, and we'll see you next time.